What is up, people? It is your boy Madolce Queen, and I am here with a team race, tips and tricks, and a how-to. With this video, I am here to talk about team race events. Mostly because there's one going on right now. And little information, tidbits, tips and tricks, how to help your team, this, that, the next. With a team race, it's where you and your team have to complete certain certain tasks to get further in a race where you're betting on you're trying to get first place so you can earn a new legendary monster. And as it says, ready, set, go. Together, you and your teammates complete different types of quests to advance through a race. The team race that travels the furthest will win the grand prize. The first player to reach the goal... Oh, this is the one for all, because there's three things that you'll need to do. The one for all. The first player to reach the goal will clear it for your entire team. Make sure to communicate with each other to plan your strategy. That is very key in a team race. The do your part is that every team member needs to contribute their specific part into the goal. Once you complete your part, you can hit the help button, which means you can contribute to use gems to speed up the process. And the joint effort is where everyone can participate as much as they want, whether that be one person completes the whole thing or everyone does a little bit to get through that one section. To qualify, you have to complete the specified number of laps. It's normally 4 laps. So once you complete 4 laps, you're qualified to earn whatever rewards are in your bracket, whether in whichever place that you place in. First place, you get the grand prize monster and some other things. I will show that in a second. The grand prize, more laps you do, the chances you get a higher rank of that monster. Right now, I'm not concerned with getting a high ranked monster. I'm just concerned with getting the monster, because the newest monster actually really intrigues me. And switching teams. Switching team after the first half will stop you from getting the rewards. You still will be able to contribute to the team. And now they've added individual rewards. So how much you participate individually will help or hinder, not really hinder, will help you with however, I will show that too. The quests, there are different types of quests. This is an example. These show examples like collecting yeah, this is showing the one for all, joint effort, and the do your best. That's what it is. So it shows how it can differ from that, from collecting gold to collecting food to feeding monsters, breeding epics, rares, and uncommons. They also do uncommons. Hatching epics, hatching rares, hatching uncommons. Crafting certain leveled runes, whether it be collecting level 1 runes, making level 2 runes, even level 3 runes, ranking up monsters, and I will have tips and tricks on how you can, they're pretty much like the shortcuts on how to do these specific little quests. And they'll also do it specifically so say rank up monsters or rank up like common or rare, or I don't think they do epic because that would be like really, really hard. Alright, so I'm going to also show you an in-depth on how to and what you should do. Biggest thing is your resources. Don't collect any of your resources except for your food. Your food you can collect because you want to hold on to having food so you can feed your monsters. And normally, I'm going to collect my food now. I've collected my food. It's too bad because currently in this race, I'm trying to complete the one for all, which is winning 5 player versus player fights. That's also a thing that they put in there. And the do your part is for 15 members to feed their monsters with 30,000 food. 5 people have already completed that. Mine has a check mark on it, which means I have completed my part of it. And so that means other people need to log on and feed their monsters. But the biggest thing is like hold on to your food. When one of those shows up where it says feed a certain amount, just feed that amount. Do not overfeed using up all your food. As you can see, I have not collected my gold from my habitats because I'm trying to save my gold for in case it says collect so amount of million of gold. I can just go and sweep through my habitats and collect my gold to help with completing that. That is also the thing when it comes to usually collecting food. Food does not take long, whether it be an hour or half an hour, which usually you can wait for that and it won't hinder your team too much. So you want to collect your food. I think food is the only thing I say you should collect all the time. Constantly collect your food so that you have food to feed, because I'm pretty sure they do more of those feed your monsters than they do collect. Another thing I will also recommend is you get the breeding mountain and breeding tree, that you try to get both, because in one you're going to want to have a fire nature where you can breed the fire nature combos, which are these two who are breeding right now. It is Firesaur and Pandakin, I think. Something like that. You want to breed them because all their... Don't know what just happened. All of their combos... all their combos take 30 seconds, whether it be for an uncommon or a rare. So, normally when it says breed so amount of rares, you can just breed these guys 30 seconds each time for collecting and selling the eggs. And if you're lower level... the rare monster can sell for 2,500 coins, which for lower level people, I've had personal experience with this, comes in really handy. So with 30-second eggs from these, you can do that. And I recommend with your breeding tree that you try to go for... I don't know why that keeps happening. Stop it. Stupid thing that is glitchy on my tablet. This way you can hatch, which if it says to hatch a monster, you do not really need to hatch it. You can sell it and it will count it as being hatched. So when it comes to your breeding tree, I recommend that you breed someone who can breed an epic monster quite easily. That way, like right now, I'm pretty sure I have an epic, but I'm not going to click on it. I'm going to make sure my thing's full so that in case I do this, it won't let me. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an epic. So when it says like joint effort, everyone breed an epic monster, I can sell an egg and throw that in. Just throw it in and it'll say that I've contributed, I've donated my egg. And then I'll leave that for in case it says to hatch the egg, which I also recommend, let me look. In your stores, usually in some events you can earn rares and epics. I recommend that you keep some epics in here in your storage. Unless you really want to use it, then go ahead and use it. But for some epics, like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11. I have 11 epic monsters. Probably more because I didn't count the doubles. And so if it ever says that I need to hatch, I can just throw some of these into my breeding, into my egg hatcher for them to hatch for later. Which is trying to think ahead. When it comes to team races, they happen after just about like every other event that they can have. The maze dungeon, the regular island, they have this little thing where it's shuffling panels. So they do all that, and then usually they'll go into the team race. It happens like every month, once a month, from what I've seen. And it's really fun to do, and it's great for your team. When it comes to feeding your monsters, always make sure there's a monster who is ready to be fed. and I recommend that you try to have a lot of food. I have currently almost 2 million food, and that's because I have been saving because I've heard the rumors about this team race. So whenever I hear about a team race about to happen, because I'm on some Monster Legends social media and on their wiki page, which is what I was just on. This is the Monster wiki, and they tell you everything that's going to happen. They have info, current news that's going to come up, and all this. For some reason, they're not. They're usually very updated, but for some reason, they're not right now. They're falling a little behind, but I'm pretty sure that they'll come back. And so I follow their wiki page. It also has a thing where you can show how to breed, breeding legends, and it'll show you like all these epics. You can click on one. Let me give an example. The Dragonian Beast, because I'm pretty sure he's the one epic who doesn't take that long to breed and to hatch. It's 3 days. Last time I checked, it was like 2 hours or something. Well, this is where you can see who. Not all of them have breeding combinations. The ones that do, you are from like, I think it's from Cthulhu up. No, it's from. I know I can breed Griffix. I've bred him before, but I've never think I bred Rudolph. So I don't know completely. So this is where you can see breeding combinations, things like that. And is it just that I didn't refresh this or something? There's the Guardians of Earth, Sir Automatrix. No, I just don't see it. Alright. Back to this. They're the player versus player fights, collecting your gold, feeding your monsters, collecting your food, hatching your eggs, breeding. And I recommend that whenever you save up your gems, because I know a lot of people who they use their gems once they give them. I recommend saving your gems so that once, because the breeding tree and eggs spots for your eggs can usually go on a 50% off sale for using gems to unlock them, and so I usually wait till I earn about like 100 gems, and then I wait for it to go half off so I can just purchase it. That's how I did all of this. Currently in our team race, we are stuck at this do your part. The one for all I'm about to complete. I'm very close to completing it, but we're trying to do the do your part. When it comes to whenever there's a team race, if you're in a team, do your best, log in frequently so that you can keep checking up on if there's a new thing. Because just because there was something that you got stuck on before doesn't mean that it's going to stay there. You can usually come back. If everyone were to do this, they go and they come back within like an hour, which is about the time that most people can plant their food and it'll be ready, because it'll take, like the one I do right here it takes an hour to do. So usually I'll leave, do something, and whenever I'm like, oh wait, let me go check, and I go and I check. I don't come on and I stay on. I come and I check and see, hey, is there anything new? Oh, there's a new do your part. Let me go and do my part. Is there a new joint effort? Let's do this. Is there a new just all three? Let me do my parts in all of that. Whether it be like this one where it's like the one for all is a player versus player, win 5 PvP fights. The do your part is feed, and the joint effort is breed. I did the joint effort for this one. As you see, it says breed 4 and I've bred 4. It says you 4. It shows you how much you've donated to it. Yeah. Like with this, I did my part for the do your part. I did the joint effort, and I'm doing the one for all. Now, others can help with doing things. The joint effort is the biggest obstacle for most teams because their players don't usually log in enough to say, hey, oh, I can do this. So that's why I'm recommending for my team, and I'm saying how I'm going to post this on the YouTube channel so that everyone can watch, everyone can see, and help. So log in frequently. I'm not saying log in or keep the app open. I'm saying get on, check. If there's something that you can do, go do it. If it's a feed the monsters. Only feed that much. Like it said, feed 30k. I can literally go to a monster and say, and I'll check up here where it says food, and I can just that's about 30k of food. Then I know I've done my part, and I leave. I'm not going to keep feeding her, using up all my food so that I can't do another feeding part later. When it comes to collecting your food, if it's collect your food, then collect the food. If it's breeding is not hard, especially if you do this strategy that I have, which is to have your fire nature combo, because these are both combinations of fire and nature, as it shows over there. He's fire nature, the other one is, I think, nature fire. Yes. And they both take 30 seconds. That's easy. If you don't have both of these, I recommend that you try to breed an epic, because breeding epics takes about a day or so, so it takes a while. So you need to, it's more of like prioritizing. Certain people can go and do, well, now that I think about it, half of your team should go and breed the uncommons and rares, while the other half would breed the epics. If they don't have if they don't have both, half and half. That way it's split up, and you shouldn't have to worry about it. I'm pretty sure that's going to be it. Oh, there was also a new feature. Here's the rewards. Bella Bale. So she is the grand prize for this, and currently her stats are boosted because she's being featured. And if we were to get first place, we get Bella, we'd get a Tiga, which is another legendary light, 60 Electrium. But if we come in second, we get just Tiga, 40 Electrium, and 3 million food. Which, for some people, like my team, sometimes that would come in really handy for my teammates. The other thing is individual rewards. For how much you contribute to this, I've contributed, and this is your individual rewards. That's all the people who haven't contributed in my team. You gotta be kidding me. It looks like only 6 people have contributed, really. Well, that's how it looks right now. It doesn't update this until after each quest is complete. Whenever one of this is completely done, the node. When a node is complete, then it updates this. So, however much you contribute to this, like right now, I have contributed the most just by not that much, less than 100. Me and Ananda are neck and neck. So whichever one of us completes this will get the first prize, which will be 15 of Bella's cells. Second will get 7 of her cells. And third will get 5 of her cells. So most likely, if we don't win, I'm just going to request her cells and hopefully go from there. It's 27 cells if both of them agree to give them to me, or would be willing. And you earn food based on what your score is. Currently says I'm going to earn 1,700,000 food, but that will grow with how much points I earn. And then 10 Electrium, which Electrium comes in handy all the time. Yeah, and the max is 5 million food. I wish that would be more, because there's been times when I've gotten over 15,000 points. So that would be like 15 million food. Oh my gosh, that would be so nice. That'll be it for this. I'm pretty sure I've addressed everything. If there's something that you still have a question on, leave it in the comments section. Leave a like for if this video was helpful for you. Comment any problems you still have about races or questions you have. I would love to come to the comment section and help you. Follow me on my social media. I'm pretty sure I have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm not very active on any of those. And subscribe for more. I post dungeon challenges, team wars, which we're about to go into one, I believe today, which will be real nice. And that'll be it. Always remember to, of course, I'm going to repeat myself, like, comment, subscribe, and to always stay sweet.